Okay guys, so welcome back to another quick tutorial, and this time it's going to be about XR. So let's do XR. So now in this scene, we have two major components. One is this male handle, which is going to act as a handle, and then male, this is basically a skeleton model. So what I want this game object, this grab interactable, to act as a handle for moving this skeleton model, and it should not move in any other axis, but just only the x-axis. So if I move it like left and right like this, the skeleton should follow its movement. Okay, the skeleton should also move left and right. So let's check out how do we set that up. Now to set that up, we are basically going to look into two main things, two main components. One component is the XR Grab Interactable, and one other secret component we have. So, but before checking that out, let's check out the rigid bodies and how to set up this linked movement. So first of all, check it out. The rigid body, I have not played anything with the rigid bodies here. So one might think that freezing the position rotation, that is the setting the constraints on the rigid body, is going to do the trick, but it is not. Now the other thing is, how do we link the motion of this handle to the motion of this skeleton? It's quite simple. We are using a fixed joint. So I've added a fixed joint to this handle, and the connected body is set to this male rigid body actually, right? And keep in mind, we cannot make this kinematic because joints are physics things, and if it is set to kinematic, physics is not going to act on it, so it's not going to work. So just remember, do not click this on. Now, moving back to our two main special component, the superstars of this video. So first of all, what we need to do is, in this grab interactable of the handle, what we want is, we only want it to track the position of the controller, so that when the controller is moving anywhere, it should just move with it, right? First, that's the basic thing we want. We do not want the rotation, so we tick off track rotation, we tick off track scale. That's all we don't want. Of course, we do not want throw and detach, and that's all. Yeah, let's smooth the position as well. Okay, so that is set up. Now what would happen is, like, if we test it out now, you would see that this is going to move, but the action is not going to be restricted in the x-axis. Let's check it out. So if we go and grab this game object, and you see it's moving, like, okay, the joint is working fine, but it is moving everywhere. Now the next thing which we want is, we want to restrict the cube's movement, this handle's movement, only in the x-axis. And so to do that, the main superstar of this video is XR General Grab Transformer. Yes, this new component. So basically, whenever you add a XR Grab Interactable from this plus icon here, you are going to have it already set up. Otherwise, you can also add it externally. Now, we just need to change one setting here, and that is permitted displacement axis. And currently it is set to everything, which we do not want. We only want it to move in the x-axis. So we select that only, right? No other things we need to change, because we do not need to worry about scaling or any other thing. Okay, and check this out. I am rotating my controller, but it's not rotating. It's not moving in any other axis, but only the x-axis. And that's very cool. That's only what we wanted, right? So yeah, we have created a handle for our Mr. Skeleton, and that's what we wanted. Cool. And now let me quickly summarize this for you. So it's pretty easy. You have two game objects. One is going to act as a handle, and one is going to act as your main object. Both are going to have a rigid body. One of them, which is not the handle, which has to follow, should not be kinematic. Now you add a fixed joint to it, and you mark the connected body, give the reference of this other game object. That's all. Your setup is done. Now to restrict the movement, you first have to turn off track rotation in the grab interactable. Track scale, you do not want it, so just remove that as well. Pick off that and add a journal grab transformer, and set your permitted displacement axis to whatever axis you want it to. So yeah, that's all. That's how you do it.